Alright. It's Monday morning. It's nothing special today. I'm trying out a new playlist of songs to kick me into action just a little bit. And I guess I've been up for like 3 hours now and I just can't seem to get anything done. It's just one of those Monday mornings, feeling a little sick, I guess. Anyway, I don't want to complain, so let's just do a little drawing. Well, let's do a little bit of talking. I feel like talking and drawing at the same time is kind of like what my guitar-loving friends must suffer through trying to sing and play the guitar, you know? If that makes sense. So yeah, let's push through a couple of drawings and see how I feel then about tackling my little comic book project. Every day I try to work on my little comic book. Over the weekends I tend to make a lot of hours. Let's turn this down a little bit. Over the weekend I tend to make the most hours, so there's really not that much time. And this weekend, even though it's January, and January usually means it's very quiet in hospitality because everyone's out of money, we were quite busy. And we had a bit of a meltdown at the restaurant. A lot of things went wrong, so it was a bit of a grueling shift, unfortunately. All right. The hardest thing I always find is, well, proportions are always hard, but like, it's really over here that I'm always struggling. I always tend to draw the nose too long, and then there's not enough space for the chin. And so, so kind of placing these lines forces me to learn the hard way. So the observation I always tend to make are that for some reason noses are much bigger in my mind than they actually are. Like I always want to go here, and then when I have to shorten them down because I've created the space for the chin, right? I always feel like, oh, that nose is way too short. Like I can't help but think that. But when I force myself to draw within the confines of the correct proportions, obviously the correct face starts appearing. So I started making a new playlist of some rockin' tunes. Lots of 90s stuff. Some guilty pleasures. And right now, one of the few later Smashing Pumpkins songs that I like. There's a bunch of bands like that I was absolutely in love with, like Pearl Jam and Smashing Pumpkins and Soundgarden even, and you know, all the typical grunge era stuff. And and what I found with them was that at some point, like, you know, I was so enamored with them and their sound, and then all of a sudden, like, they kept pumping out albums and I just stopped listening. Like, I just totally stopped paying attention to them, if that makes sense. And some of them have obviously not stopped putting out great stuff, great albums. And sometimes, like with the Smashing Pumpkins in particular, I can't help but like I can't help but feel like they started changing their sound a bit and like experimenting, and that stuff is all cool from a creative point of view, but it just didn't, like, I'm not a fan of their later stuff. Just so I missed out on it, but like going back, it doesn't seem to have the same like, I just don't like it very much. But this one song, it's pretty bitchin'. And so yeah, so then there's the other 90s mainstays, like I loved Soundgarden, and then listening to some of their latest stuff, like After Super Unknown, like they put an album out, not, well, I guess it's some time ago already. I forget the name now. Let me look it up for just 1 second. Let's just type it in. This last album they put out, King Animal, that's it. Let's just put that on. So yeah, this King album, let's add that to the playlist. 2012. Oh, that's already 3 years ago. Oh well. Time flies. Opa. It's freaking fantastic. I love it. And obviously they've done a lot of experimentation as well, but in different band projects. And some of it, like Audioslave, is awesome, and then some of it, like some of Chris Cornell's solo stuff, is just like, dude, thanks for trying out new stuff, but no thanks. So yes, here we are practicing the old portrait. This is really just a warm-up. I love drawing faces. I'm not particularly concerned about going super realistic, even though I have been getting better in the last year. But sometimes starting work on my comic book is kind of tiring, or like daunting. Daunting is better. It's daunting because, like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going, like where do I start? And so to get started on that straight away, compared to making a little drawing of a face, in this case Amanda Bynes, actress, I take it. There's not a lot of thought that goes into drawing faces. Like, I'm just trying to draw what I see and like get better at it. That's it. Another thing I find drawing faces is that, like, I always want to put in all these lines to get, because I see them and I want to put them in there. And obviously, especially with the ladies, drawing less is much more appreciated. See, this is actually a very young looking lady, but because of all these lines, she's already starting to look like 50. And I find that this makes, so this is obviously very good practice for other art I do, but when it comes to comic book art, it doesn't really help me because it just doesn't translate. Like, it translates okay in pencil, but when it comes to inking, it doesn't seem to. I mean, there's so much detail here that would be much better to just leave it out altogether. Teeth are wrong. So I thought I'd have another go at Amanda Bynes, actress. She's got some nice pictures with the kind of hair I'd like for one of my character. Oh, let's turn down the cult just a little bit so I can hear myself. So yeah. I figured I'm just gonna have fun warming up this morning. Like, the hardest thing is always to get started, as I was saying earlier, and I don't like starting out cold for my comic book project. I tend to draw a lot of new things, and obviously I want to get it right and not screw it up.
So let's try to go a little bit faster.
So in order to keep this video under reasonable time and size for uploading, I'm gonna make this second part a time lapse. I had a lot more fun with this second one because I felt a lot more bolder and a lot less constrained in getting the likeness. Not that I nailed it on the first one, but like just I started drawing more rather than just copying or attempting to copy what I saw, and that's always a lot more enjoyable. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a regular thing, these videos. I just posted one of my sketch doodle draws from November that I totally forgot about and just remembered as I was making this video. So I've put that up instead of just letting them languish in the private setting. Maybe I'll make some more of these videos this week just to keep myself warmed up. If people enjoy watching them, I certainly don't mind making them. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get back to my comic book, and I will see you guys on my 100 days. So have a nice Monday and get back to drawing yourself. Ciao. So here are my two warm-ups. I'm gonna put them side by side. I think you can see it's the same person, and that's important. I'm getting a little bolder on the one on the left, obviously. It's one of the things that happens when I warm up. I just speed up. So overall, it's been nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe I'll make some more, just warm-up videos of me drawing faces instead of my sketch doodle draw series. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.